Hey everybody, Mikeycat Outdoors here. So what are we doing today? We're at Cliff Cave Park, St. Louis, South County area. So we're here at the River Bluff Trail. Just gonna go check it out a little bit. Looks like a 3.3 mile loop and 1 mile out to a scenic overlook. So first time being here, just gonna see what this place has to offer. There's several trails at this park, and this is kind of up on the northern part of the park. There's a small parking lot, and then you can go further down the road to the south, and there's additional trails down there. So yeah, we'll probably just do the 1 mile overlook and see what it looks like. Let's check it out. This is the approach to the trail here. Nice little dirt path amongst a bunch of grasses. Got some forested areas out here. A lot of pretty flowers out here. And that baby you hear crying off in the distance sounds like they could be from a nearby subdivision. So this park is nestled in between subdivision areas and the Mississippi River. The other part of the park is a little closer to the river, and we'll go down there a little later, check things out. I see some other people hiking out here somewhere. Well, we're starting to come into a wooded area here. Some curves in here. There were a lot of bumblebees out in the grassy areas, buzzing around all the yellow flowers. Not a whole lot out here. Twists and turns on this trail. Little embankment there. Just passed by some bike riders coming up the trail. They're mountain bikes. Just saw a white-tailed deer scurry off up in the woods. Heard a rustle. Saw a tail, thought it was a dog, but I realized no, it's a deer. there's like a really big convoluted set of curves and twists and stuff. Kind of loops back around. It's great for bikers out here, but it's kind of cutting through the trail a little. There's a egress over here, so I'm gonna go check that out, and I don't know if I'll make that my cutting off place or see what's up here. Sign, got Mississippi River Overlook. We got a paved trail out here. So, yeah, we're gonna check this out. So we're gonna come out here to the Overlook. See what this is all about.
He goes, I know he goes golfing one time and boom. Yeah. I just
Little barge over there. Mighty Mississippi down below. There's a lower parking lot down there. That must be the other part of the road for the park. Comes out there and looks like there's a little grassy path that goes way out in the distance. I think that's the one that's like 5.1 miles. It was way down there. So just looking right here over the ledge, it's a little gravel path. I don't know if that's the cave down there. I'm gonna go down the road and give it a little check out and see what we find. Well, that was a fun little lookout. So, this is the part of the Mississippi Greenway. Upper trailhead, 0.2 miles straight ahead. Lower trailhead, 0.7 of a mile. Off to the left, Telegraph Road, 1.4 miles. So, what I might do is head on back to the parking lot where I came from and head down to the lower part and see what we can see. Yeah, what the hey, when in Rome, you know what they say. Let's try the upper trailhead, 0.2 miles. We'll try that out. So, here's the inlet from where we came out of the woods. It says connector trail to upper parking lot. So if we get lost, we go back on there and find our way back to the car. A lot of bumblebees out here today. A whole lot of them. So the weather's slightly warm out. I'd say probably about 80-ish or so. Really humid. It's been raining a lot. Supposed to have some more rain in the forecast, maybe later today. Hopefully I don't get rained on. I didn't bring a raincoat. So yeah, just got my bottle of water, my camera, and my mace, and I'm good. This will be fun, just exploring this, seeing what kind of trails are around the area. Stuff for my family or scouts or other folks to be able to come out here and check things out and see what's around. So in life, sometimes you just gotta explore around and find new opportunities and see things and take a chance. Just looking at my Gaia GPS map, and like a little field over there where we came in at. I see the little shelter building up here. So I think we took the hard, long way to get over to the lookout. So I like a mile instead of 2/10 of a mile in order to get to the same thing. We're gonna head on down to the other parking lot and go down by the cave and see what we can see. So we're about here. So that's that big long trail that I saw, grassy out in the distance on the lowlands. And the cave, I guess, is somewhere in here. Is Overlook, another Overlook, and so we're gonna head on down the road and come down to the other part and check it out. Hey everybody, so we're down here at the south parking lot, the bottom area. There's a couple of little paved trails and a lot of good opportunities for bike riders out here. So we're just gonna go explore around, check things out. We got a upper trailhead, 0.9 miles. We got the 4.5 mile loop. This is the biggie. Got a pavilion. I'm definitely not doing the 4.5 miles today. Whew. I need a little more water for that. Some sunscreen and a hat. We got a beautiful little view of the river here. And the one trail goes down closer to it. So we're gonna head up that way, and little bathroom facility there. I'll check this out and see what we can see. So we're gonna try the little bit of the half-mile loop trail first. Come down closer to the river. Take a look-see at the great mighty Mississippi. We're gonna go up on the other one and probably see if that cave's up there. If I had to venture a guess. First time being here, so this is all new to me. See a barge out there in the river, and some sort of crane and sheds and other stuff. A few more barges further downstream. Let's see where the river water comes up here on the bank a little bit. A lot of riprap here along the shore edge. We got the beautiful Mississippi right out here. A good flow rate to it today. And that leaf blower in the distance, man, that sound sure carries. Let's see the barges and the Jefferson Barracks Bridge up to the north. I remember when I was a wee little kid, they tore the old JB Bridge down, old iron structure, and they put up the new ones. I want to say that was maybe, I'd have to look it up, but I'm gonna guess like somewhere between 79 and 82, somewhere in that time frame. They built that. They did a little maintenance to it a couple years ago, but yeah, I remember when they just tore the one down and then they built the single one, and then eventually they built the second one. Things have still been there carrying traffic all this time. Man, I'm old. Yep, there's a little side trail over here. I don't know if that cuts through to the other one, or if somebody just made a little trail back there for grins. Man, these trees are huge. Whew, doggy. Yeah. So, this isn't my typical outdoor unpaved trail here. This feels a little more like a suburban environment here, but it's nice though to get a nice close look of the river here. Don't get to see the Mississippi this close every day. I could probably go back to that one spot with the park bench and climb on down and actually touch the river. Who knows what kind of stuff is floating in there. A little bit of a drop off here. Have a heck of a time coming back up that. But this is beautiful. Well, a little bit of a loop here. Something carries on. Looks like you got the bluffs right up there. I think that's where that other trail might go too. We'll follow this a while and see where it takes us. What is this? Mosquito surveillance in progress. First I thought there was like a weird tire swing. Like two parts of a tire and some PVC pipe coming down. Carabinered onto a tree with some hooks. That's a little different. I guess they probably got that thing filled with water. Let's see what kind of mosquito breeding they got down here. See a lot of neat trees here in the forest. A lot of real tall oaks. Got some pawpaw trees out in the forest. Got your standard stuff. Maples and some sycamores. So it looks like we just finished the little half-mile loop. So that's basically where we came from. And then I'm gonna go up this way a little ways near the railroad tracks. Got another outdoor photographer out here today. We got this little trail crosses the road here, the other side of the railroad tracks. So there's a really tall rustic trail there. I think that's the one that might lead from the side of the lookout area and come on down, but I'm not gonna do that one. I'll stick on this and see where this goes. I think there's a 4.5 miler. I saw a photographer down there by the railroad tracks, and she said she thinks to get to the actual cave you gotta go down this way a little ways. So we'll see. So we're about 0.6 of a mile to the Overlook. Upper trailhead 0.8 miles. Telegraph Road is 1.4 miles. So I think that's the trail we were on earlier. But we'll head on down the way and see what we can see. Curve in the road right about there. Got a nice retainer wall. We're walking up a nice incline. Then there's the bridge up there that eventually goes over the roadway that we passed under when we drove down here. Coming up to a little bridge and a little creek up here. A little turn in the trail. Cool little cave-like structures over there. A stone archway. Some people playing over there. That's neat. Nice little stream right here. You see this from the bridge. This is real pretty. So if you continue on that trail, that will lead you over the bridge, and you'll eventually come back to the other path we were on earlier. It takes you to the upper Overlook, and had a local I passed by here told me how to get over here to this wonderful cavey-like structure back here I saw some people at. So we're just going to climb over the little block wall and come down and go up the trail and go up there. And another gentleman there coming down, climbing over the wall. Coming on down here. Beautiful little stream right here. Nice cool water on a hot day like this. Well, if I had my water filter, I would have used it. Really cool, Maynard. So they got it all sealed off, what everybody told me. There's like the old remnants of a little cave back there. Little entrance and a little bluff up there. That's nice. A lot of big chunks of rocks and flowing water. The water coming out of this thing. Rocks are slick. That's a nice trickle of water coming out of that cave. Whew. Even with my Brooks shoes, as sticky as they are, it's still a little slick down here. So do not disturb. Ongoing scientific experiment. Whatever that means. Corona bats, rabid bear, zombie beaver. Who knows what's in that box? There's some signs up here. And looks like it goes back in there a little ways. Not too bad. Kinda neat. Nice little overlook. Kind of makes me wonder what they used to use this for years ago. So look into the history of it. Nice and cool there by the cave. Cool air coming out. It's cool near the stream. A little more humid out here. We could see if we want to try to go up that way or come back the way once we came. A lot of rocks. Like maybe part of a trail there, and area up here, which could be either nothing or part of a trail. Now, let's see. So that looks like that just leads up to a bunch of forest up here on these rocks, and let's carefully go back down that little trail thing, see if that goes back over to the bridge. Where that goes. But it's definitely slick. A lot of leaves, a lot of moisture on these rocks. So if you come up here when it's wet out, be careful. You could slip. If you fall and die, it's not on my conscience. So, oh shoot. Yeah, a little slick. Saved myself there, but started to feel a little bit of a slide coming on. Whew. And we got a spider web right here in the middle of the trail. Do my magic spider spell. Kablamo, you're gone. Till the next one comes up the trail, right? This looks like a ledge. That's all that looks like. So I am going to go back down the way we came. Some pawpaw trees up here. Cool. I've seen a lot of those up here everywhere. So I'm going to go back down the rock, go back down across the cave, and go back over to the trail where I came from. And I think what I'm going to do, since that trail goes back to the observation area, I am just going to do the little bridge that goes over the roadway and call that a good signing off point when we get there. I think we got an extraterrestrial sighting here. Something. Woo-hoo. So this is where the elusive coronavirus came from. Nah, I still say it came from the Wuhan lab in China. So there's a lot of different bats and stuff. I guess I live in that cave. It says forming of cliff cave. Rainwater and melting snow. Yep. So I didn't tell a whole lot about it, but be curious to see if they ever used that for anything in the past. So we're coming up here to the upper trailhead, bridge that goes across the road. Go that way to Telegraph Road. You can come on this cool little bridge. It goes over the roadway. And they spent a pretty penny for this thing. This steel's like dang near a foot across. We're back up here on the top trail once we crossed over the bridge, and so I believe that's what takes you down the observation area again, where we were earlier. I think that might be the bike rider I passed in the woods earlier. Nice little big block of limestone there. It's like a bench for once in a while to sit down on. Beautiful flowers out here right now. And a whole lot of buzzing of the bumblebees everywhere. Oh my gosh, they're thick. We're up here at a Y in the road. Horses not allowed on asphalt trail. I wonder how many horses go out here in the wilderness. Cool little path that Marine's out there. Kind of neat. Overlook. Upper trailhead. So this is the other path. That little rough, dirty area over there is where we came out of the woods earlier. And that's the path back there that we took to go back to the upper parking lot. And then right back here again near the Mississippi River overlook. So that's how all the trails kind of come back together. So since I'm parked on the lower trailhead parking lot, I'm turning around and gonna take the walk back down and go over the bridge and go over the other bridge and railroad tracks and head back to the lower parking lot. So it's been kind of neat out here. Some wooded, some not. So depending on what your needs are, you know, if you got somebody that can't handle a lot of dirt or a lot of bugs, you can come out here on the paved part. You ride your bikes, or you can go out in the woodsy part and do a little more mountain biking and rugged hiking out there. Not too rugged, it's just a lot of twists. That's more for bikes, but a neat little place. So I'm sweating up a storm. It's so humid out here today. Whew. But yeah, definitely worth a short drive. You go Interstate 255 or the JB Bridge if you're on the Illinois side. If you're in Missouri, just stay on 270. Come down to South County. You get off on Telegraph Road. You go south 2-3 miles. Hit Cliff Cave Road. And you take that down through some residential areas, and eventually you'll hit the upper parking lot off to your left. And then if you keep going down the road, it just becomes a dead end. Cross under that one bridge that we just walked over and go around a turn of railroad tracks, and eventually you'll see the pavilion and the other parking lot down there at the bottom. And that's where you can do the big 5-mile dirt loop if you want, or you know, explore down there by the river like we did earlier. So there's a few options around here. So All Trails app has, I think, 4 trails for this park, ranging from like 1 point something miles up to the 5-mile thing. A couple of them are in the 2 to 3 mile range, but it's depending on what you're doing. I've been out here, I would say at least 2.5 hours, maybe 3, but at least 2.5, walking around and getting some good exercise. So my little helper didn't come with me today. She wanted to go swimming. She said her legs still hurt from the Appalachian Trail. Mine hurt for a few days, but I'll get over it. Just got to get back out there and stay in the outdoors, as Hiking with Sean would say. Not just go to the outdoors, but stay in the outdoors. Yep. So we're going back to the lower trailhead, about a half a mile, and we're going to call that a wrap. So Telegraph Road, 1.1 miles up that way. I'm sure that goes up into subdivision somewhere. Might check that out on a map, but not going up there today. Head on back the path more frequently traveled. Made it back here to the little loop trail. We're gonna head back to the parking lot. So this has been a fun little trip here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this journey. So I would say if you got little ones or something coming with you, go up to the north parking lot, the small one on the upper trailhead, and you could probably have your choice of going through the woods, or you can just do the paved trail, you know, just a couple tenths of a mile over to where everything hooks up there for the observation area. And then if you want to go down and explore the cave, you can take that other section of the Y there and go down across the bridges to that and then come back. That'd be an easy little trip for family with young kids or Cub Scouts or something like that. If you want to do a little bit of bike riding or go see the Mississippi River up close, just come down the road a little more to the lower parking lot trailhead and check out all this stuff down here. So it's kind of my thoughts, what I found just exploring around here today. So someday I might go and try that 5-mile loop to the south here, but not today. I think I got just enough. So I'm gonna call this a wrap, and hopefully you guys enjoyed everything here today. And as always, I'll catch you guys again in the outdoors. If you like what you've seen, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and catch you again. Thanks for watching.